Ever wondered how that delicious slice of cheese on your sandwich came to be? Well, you're in for a treat. Let's embark on a journey to explore the art and science of cheesemaking, a culinary craft that has been perfected over centuries. Cheese, a staple in many diets around the globe, boasts a rich and diverse history. Its origins can be traced back over 5,000 years to the ancient civilizations of the Middle East. Since then, the art of cheesemaking has spread across continents, with every region adding its unique twist, resulting in an array of cheeses that we enjoy today. From the pungent and creamy French camembert, the crumbly Greek feta, to the sharp and firm cheddar from England, each type of cheese tells a story of its own. Their distinct flavors and textures are a testament to the craftsmanship and techniques that go into their creation. But what exactly goes into making cheese? At the heart of cheesemaking, there are 4 basic ingredients: milk, cultures, rennet, and salt. The type of milk used, be it cow, sheep, goat, or buffalo, has a significant impact on the cheese's final flavor and texture. Cultures, which are essentially good bacteria, are added to acidify the milk. Rennet, a type of enzyme, coagulates the milk, forming curds and whey. Lastly, salt is added for flavor and to help preserve the cheese. Beyond these core ingredients, the real magic lies in the mastery of the cheesemaker. The process requires careful control of temperature, timing, and technique. Different cheeses demand different conditions, from the specific strain of bacteria used, to the way the curds are cut, cooked, and pressed, or even how the finished cheese is aged. Cheesemaking might seem like a complex process, but it's actually quite simple and fascinating. Stay tuned to discover how. The magic of cheesemaking starts with just 3 simple ingredients. First up, we have milk. The quality of the milk is paramount, as it's the foundation of your cheese. It can be from cows, goats, sheep, or even buffalo. The type of milk used can drastically change the flavor and texture of the final product. Next, we introduce the starter culture. This is a friendly bacteria that eats the lactose in the milk and converts it into lactic acid. This process is crucial as it gives the cheese its unique tang and helps set the stage for the magic that's about to happen. Finally, we come to rennet. Rennet is an enzyme that coagulates the milk, turning it from a liquid into a solid mass. It's this transformation that truly begins the journey from milk to cheese. With these 3 ingredients, a world of cheesy goodness awaits. Now let's dive into the heart of cheesemaking, the process. Our journey begins with the most fundamental ingredient: milk. But not just any milk. The type of milk used can drastically influence the flavor profile of the final product. Cow's milk, goat's milk, sheep's milk, even buffalo's milk, each lends a unique taste and texture to the cheese it produces. Once our milk is selected, it's time to introduce the starter cultures. These are friendly bacteria that kickstart the fermentation process. They nibble away at the lactose in the milk, converting it into lactic acid. This not only helps preserve the cheese but also develops its characteristic tangy taste. Now we've got our milk and our bacteria happily mingling, but we need to help things along a bit. This is where rennet comes into play. Rennet is a complex set of enzymes that causes the milk to coagulate, transforming it from a liquid into a semi-solid state. It's the magic that turns milk into curds and whey. Once the rennet is added, the milk is left to rest. It's during this quiet time that the curd forms like a delicate milk pudding, but don't be fooled by its soft appearance. This is when the real transformation is happening. The curd is where the cheese is. And it's in this initial stage that the foundation of our cheese's flavor and texture is laid. It's important to note that the process we've just described is a delicate dance of science and art. Each step must be carefully controlled. The quality of the milk, the type of bacteria, the amount of rennet, the resting time, even the slightest change can result in a dramatically different cheese. So we've set the stage for our cheese, but it's not cheese just yet. Let's see what happens next. After the milk is set, it's time to cut the curd. This is a crucial step in the cheese-making process. It's not just about slicing and dicing, but rather a meticulous process that requires a delicate touch and precise control. The curd is cut into small pieces, usually the size of a rice grain for hard cheese and a wheat grain for soft cheese. This is done to increase the surface area of the curd, making it easier for the whey, the watery part of the milk, to be expelled. The size of the curd pieces also determines the texture of the cheese. Smaller curds will lead to a firmer cheese, while larger curds result in a softer, creamier texture. After the curd has been cut, it's time to cook it. This is done by gradually raising the temperature of the curd-whey mixture. The heat encourages the curds to contract and expel more whey. It's a delicate balance though. Too much heat, and the curds can become tough. Too little, and they may not expel enough whey, resulting in a cheese that's too moist. Now let's talk about washing the curd. This step isn't used for all types of cheese, but when it is, it can drastically change the final product. Washing involves removing some of the whey and replacing it with water. This reduces the amount of lactose, which in turn reduces the acidity of the cheese. The result? A sweeter, milder cheese. These steps, cutting, cooking, and washing, are all about manipulating the curds to get just the right texture and flavor. The size of the cut, the temperature of the cook, the amount of whey washed away, each of these variables can be tweaked to create a vast array of cheeses. It's a testament to the craftsmanship and skill of cheesemakers that they can take the same basic ingredients and create such a diverse range of products. The curd has been cut and cooked, but we're not quite finished. There's still more to be done. Once the curds are cooked, it's time for pressing and aging. Pressing is an essential step in cheesemaking. It rids the curd of the remaining whey, helps to form the cheese into a solid mass, and develops the texture we associate with cheese. The curds are placed in a cheese press and pressure is applied. The amount of pressure and the duration can vary greatly depending on the type of cheese being produced. A soft cheese might only need a light touch, while a hard cheese might require a heavy hand and several hours. Now let's delve into the world of cheese aging, also known as affinage. This is where the magic really happens. Cheese aging is a delicate ballet of time, temperature, and humidity. Each cheese variety has its own specific aging requirements, which can range from a few days to several years. During this time, the cheese is carefully monitored and regularly turned to ensure even aging. The aging process is a transformative journey for the cheese. It's during this time that the cheese develops its unique flavors, aromatics, and textural characteristics. The enzymes in the cheese break down the proteins and fats, releasing a symphony of flavors. The humble cheddar, for example, starts off mild and creamy, but given time, it matures into a cheese that's sharp and complex. The cheese's appearance also changes during aging. It loses moisture, causing it to shrink and harden. The rind forms, providing a protective layer for the cheese and contributing to its flavor profile. Some cheeses may even develop a beautiful bloom of mold on their rinds, which can add another layer of complexity to the cheese's flavor. So you see, the pressing and aging processes are vital stages in cheese making. They are the silent heroes, transforming simple curds into a delectable treat. And just like that, from a simple ingredient like milk, we've created a delicious cheese. So, that's the fascinating journey from milk to cheese. It begins with the simple, humble beginnings of milk and a few key ingredients. These elements are transformed through the delicate and precise process of cheese making, an art form that has been perfected over centuries. We've delved into the process, step by step, from the initial curdling of milk to the final aging process. It's a testament to the skill and patience of the cheesemaker, who must balance science and art to create this beloved food. Whether it's the creamy softness of a brie, the sharp tang of a cheddar, or the complex flavor of a blue, each cheese is a masterpiece in its own right. And it's not just about the process, but also about the passion and dedication of those who commit their lives to crafting these delicious morsels. Next time you enjoy a piece of cheese, remember the craftsmanship that goes into every bite. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, there's always more to learn and taste in the world of cheese.